Hello and how are you? My name is Wahino Mbarak and I welcome you to the 14th video of creating WhatsApp chat application clone. In previous video we were able to create the logic of sending one message to the other device through the server, and so we went through a lot, but that logic was not making live messages. We could first refresh the activity in order to receive the message on the other side. In today's video I'm going to show you how we can put that live feed, whereby if I send a message from this device and say hi, you can see I come here and say hi and I click on send. This message will be received on the other side as hi, straight, even without refreshing anything. And if I come say yes, I got it, and I click on send, and this message will be lively received from the other device. So that's what we're going to do today, and I hope you're ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's get started. So without wasting much time, we're going to jump straight to our code from where we stopped at in the previous video. And you should make sure that your server is running. For example, you can see mine is already running here, the XAMPP. And if you are not able to receive the previous code, please check in the link in the description of this video. You'll be able to get the code, and you can be able to follow along, so that it can be simpler for you to jump into the project. So where should we begin from? First of all, let's look at the server. I'm going to explain a little bit about what we looked at previously, then we'll come back to now what we're going to do today. Okay, so here is our backend. Of course, the backend, you can see it, the PHP code, and I shared this code, and you can find the link in the description. Okay, and here is a front end, of course, the Android project code. So I will assume that you're able to run both the codes, for the back end and the front end, on your machine. If you cannot run those videos, please go and those codes, please go and watch video 13. You'll be able to get the whole concept and understand everything that I discussed in the previous videos, as well as downloading and installing the code and how to make it run. I covered all that in previous video 13. So just go to it if you're not on the same page with us. If you're on the same page with us, then that's great, and let us start our today's business. So I've already opened the chat application. Of course, you're in a single chat application, and what we're going to do right now, we're going to be able to you're going to do the logic of sending the message from one user to the other. So let us try to go step by step. Of course, this is the context. This is on the create method, and this is the context, and this is where we fetch we initialize the database, the room database, and here we initialize the toolbar, here we initialize the components, and here we get the user's data. Of course, this user data is being got from where? From the local database. So I'll just press Ctrl and click on it, and we go to this method. So this is the method of getting the user data, setting the sender ID and the receiver ID. Then we go and fetch this information from from database, and then update the user interface. So after doing that, we could go and get init component. Here in init component, we can initialize the recycler view and all the views, everything. We could initialize it from here. Okay, and then after, we could get the local data, which is here. This local data is where we're getting the messages that were cached into the mobile, of course. So I'm trying to explain so that you can get now the concept of where we are at the moment. Okay, and then after getting all the messages from the local host, we could go and get the messages from where? From the online side. Okay, which is here. The source code is there, and if you're following along, of course you're not lost at the moment. So I'm going to press Ctrl and go here. Of course, this is where we will do get the chats, and this is the place where we could go to the server again and again and again to do to get the chats. Now, this, we could just go there at once to get the chats that on the server, and then we do and we save them in the local database, and then we do and then we feed them in the recycler view. So now today we're going to see how we can make those chats live. So that here we're going to go there again and again, so you can get those messages again and again and again. So how are we going to do that to get those chats live? So to get the chats live, of course, what we're going to do, we're going to create a continuous loop. Okay, but it's not going to be a loop that is going to loop again and again and again, because if it loops so fast, our application will do what, will freeze and do what, and crash. So I'm going to create a method that will be looping after some time with a delay. So it will be checking after one, for example, after one second. After 1 second, it go and check on the server if there is any new message. After 1 second, it go and check on the server if there is a new message. That's what we're going to do. So that will help that the application to be live in case there is a new message. The user will be able to get it without refreshing the whole activity. Okay, so what we're going to do there, I will have to create a handler, and this handler will help us do what? Do the delay. So I can come here, and I'm going to come here on top. I hope you're still on the same page. I'm going to come here. Let me come here. I don't know, I should put even this logic anywhere. Okay, I can put it there, no problem. So let's go there and create a handler. You just simply write handler, and let me show you. Just write handler like this, and then make sure it is coming from this Android OS. Okay, make sure it is coming from Android OS package. Okay, so after creating the handler, we are going now to create a method that is going to be looping as causing the delay. Okay, so I'm going to call it my delay. Okay, I'm going to call it my delay. You can call it anything. Okay, I'm going to call it my delay. So in that my delay, I'm going to initialize the handler that we just created. This is called handler 1. You can call it anything which is there. So you can see this is the handler I've just created. Okay, after creating the handler, I'm going to put now the listener that will be running after executing, when executing that handler. And this is how you create it. You just write that delay dot post delay, and then you put new runnable, and then you open the bracket, and then you close it. Let me explain it clearly. Okay, so what you do, you just write handler dot post delay, and then in there you pass new runnable, like that, new runnable, and press enter. So in that new runnable, at the end here, before you close the before the end of this code, you put a comma here and put the number of seconds that you want, milliseconds that you want to delay in order to execute another command. Okay, so I'm going to put here 1000 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds equals to what? To 1 second. If you want to be going and check after 2 seconds, of course you have to put 2000. So it means that after 2 seconds, this thing will do what? Will run. Okay, let me make it 1 second. Okay, so here is where the code will be executed when it is doing what? When it is being after the delay, the code will be executing. So after the delay here, I'm going to recursively call this function, the same function. I'm going to recursively call it, so it will be calling itself. So I'll put there, I'll call it like that. Okay, so for right now, let us do what? Let us try to log the data and put this data in a local, so we can see if everything is okay before we proceed to fetching the data from the server. So I'm going to put here log d, and then I can put here my delay. Okay, so just to test. Okay, so let me put here just a counter. Okay, int my counter, and then initialize it to 0. This is just for testing, and then I'm going to be increasing this counter here, and we see if it will be doing what, to be counting. So I'm going to say counter plus plus, and then I come here and just put plus this counter. So I'm just going to put this data in the console to see if everything is going to be okay. So I'm going to call this my delay for the very first time. Of course, you want to call it for the very first time, and you can put it here on top, or we can put it somewhere. We can put somewhere where the charts have been initialized, or the place where initializing the after initializing the charts. Okay, to see let us see what we're initializing the chats. Okay, get users. After getting the users, update the UI. I want it to call it after initializing the chats, so that you should not crash. You should not. Okay, let's call it. What should you call it? Get chats. Okay, let's see. You see here we're getting chats. Here we're getting chats. So instead of getting chats, let us call that handler. So that handler will be calling getting chats now. Okay. So this handler will call the get chats. That's good. Okay. So this handler, it will call get chats here. Okay. I hope you're getting the point. So this delay is the one that will be calling getting chats. So let me comment it there. I'll comment it the get chats there. So we'll call it later. We'll do it later. So I'm going to run the application, and we see what we have come up with. So application has finished compiling. So I'll come and pick a user here. I'll pick a random user, maybe this one. Hope it's not the same user who's logged in. So it has finished initializing. Let us remove this, what I've put there. Now you can put here, you can see my delay. Let me put here my delay here in the console. You can see my delay is there and it is counting. Can you see? I hope you can see that. So the delay is working. So you should be able to do what? To see that. You see, after 1 second it is counting. That is different from a loop. A loop will come like, it will not do what? It will not stop. So you can see the delay is there. After 1 second it is counting. So after 1 second we're going to be fetching from the server, check like that. Okay, now that's great, isn't it? It is great. Okay, so after doing that, what else are we going to do? We're going to what else are we going to do? We're going now to do what? Okay, there's something that I want to show you, something interesting. You see my delay is there. It is just in this activity until they are counting. Okay, they are looping. So if I click back, it means that I've closed this activity. You can see there's a problem. Still it continued looping. So that can cause memory leak in our application, whereby we don't close the delay. So it means that if we open another chat, another delay will start and continue looping. So that is too bad. That is too bad. It should be like when you close the activity, the delay should do what? Should stop. Otherwise you'll just overuse the RAM of the mobile phone, and that will not good. It will not be what? A good user experience. You see, when I open the delay again, it starts afresh. Now it is going there twice. You see, it's going there twice. That is so bad. You see, it means that every time we open, another delay will start again and again for every chat, which is so bad. So we are supposed to stop the delay immediately after leaving the activity. So to do that, you're going to just put here on pause. I'm just going to create here on pause. I hope you've understood the problem. Okay, so I'm going to put here on pause listener. On pause like that. Okay, so on pause I'm going to stop the delay. So to stop the delay, so I stop it. So just simply say handler.remove callbacks messages, and then you pass null. Okay, our handler, this one, remove callback and messages, and then you pass null. So that one will remove the what? Those delays. Okay, remove the what? The delay. So that's the best way we can do it. So let's run the application again, and we see if it will stop the delay once we do what? We exit the activity. So on pause, of course, it is a callback that is always called by the operating system when we exit the activity. So let's run the application again and see what we've got. So you should be able to do what? To stop the delay immediately after exiting the what? The activity. Let us see. Okay, so let's pick a user. Okay, let's pick some. Oh, it's the same user, sorry. Let's pick this one. Okay, so see the delay is there. It is counting. That's beautiful. Let us try to go back and see if this delay will stop. Yes, it has stopped. That's beautiful. You see, that's what I wanted. Immediately after leaving the activity, this delay should do what? Should stop. So that's perfect. Okay, that's beautiful. And when you open the activity again, another fresh delay starts. I mean, another fresh counted starts. That's so beautiful. So it means there now we're good to go. Now we can go and get our charts. Okay, we can go and get our charts. Come and do it and then comment this one. So here you see when the chart is doing what, we are checking if the chart is being initialized, and after initializing it should not initialize again. We're going to remove that. Okay, we're going to remove that. Only that we're going to put maybe the loading is loading, or is fetching, or is downloading, so that we should not go there multiple times before another one is done. Okay, so I'm going to put here another boolean, a boolean called boolean is loading, and make it false at first. Okay, or I can put it downloading, is whatever. So this one I'll be checking it. If it is loading, it should not even execute it, should just go back until it finishes. Okay, so I'm going to make here, if it's loading, it should return. So if it's here, I'm going to initialize that it is loading. Okay, here I'm going to initialize that is what, it is loading. I hope you're getting the point. I don't want to go there while there's another process being loading. For example, it has not finished fetching the charts from the server. I'm going to call again and again and again. That will not be good practice. Let us just go there at once. So you see, if it is loading, it should go back. Otherwise, after passing here, then we say it is loading. So you have to stop this loading when there is a response. So I'll come here, even whether there is a successful response or not, I'll make the loading false. Tell me that it has finished loading there. Okay, so that's the logic that you can use to avoid going to the server even when there is a loading. So in case even if it fails, still it should say it has stopped loading, so that it can come back again and check that it is loading. So that's it. I think you've understood the logic, I hope. And I've removed the other stuff of is initialized. I've removed it. You see, I've removed it because we're going to check multiple times. Okay, so that's it. Let's see what we have come up with. So I'll run the application. It's loading, and we will wait for a minute. Okay, it has finished compiling. So let us pick a user again, and I'll come and pick Adam Ali. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, it's now delaying and it is counting. See, it's counting. So I mean that it is checking every minute. Now let's bring a second phone and see if it is going to send a live message. Okay, so let's try and run to the second phone. And another thing, you should make sure that these things are running on the emulators, not on real devices. You run them on real devices when you're done. So there are our two applications. Now let's go ahead and test if they are doing some live chat. Okay, so come and say hi. I'll come and do it and type hi and click on send. Boom, you can see hi is coming there. This is message from Mohindo. I mean from Hindu. Yeah, you can see this is message from Hindu, and it will come, yes, I got it. Okay, got it. Okay, let's say got it. You can see likewise here it is live, and this says hi. So if you click on there, boom, it is there, and that's a live chat. And this is messaging from one application to the other, whereby it's being saved from one device to the other, which is coming from the device itself to the server, and the other one gets it straight from the server to the device itself, and it is cached on the local database. So that's great for today, and I'll not go beyond here for today. And one of you complained that the videos are being too long, so I'm trying to make them as minimal as possible. Let's start from there. In the next video, we're going to look at now the logic of improving on the user interface, and when the message is seen, it has supposed to be showing that it has been seen. All that we're going to do them in the next videos. I hope you won't miss, and I hope you've already subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I hope you will not give up until you finish this. So let's meet there, and you can find the source code of these videos, I mean on the of these application, the what, in the description, and how to implement this source code. Okay, it is in the what, in the 13th video, which is the previous video. Okay, with that much said, let's meet in the next video, and thank you for reaching up this point.